We are live.
How cool
It's
is
Thomas
that?
Mulready, live from the Cleveland International Film Festival. And you know what? This is a bonus video. We didn't expect to do this, but we happen to have the director of tonight's opening night film nesting, John Chuldenko.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking time. And the producer, Laura Boersma.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us, guys. Hey, congratulations. First of all, what a thrill.
It is.
Clevelander, grew up in Chagrin Falls.
You know what? I was always like, you know, when I got the call that we were going to be opening night, I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. And then my excitement level kind of raised, like, notched up to, like, 11 by, like, the last, like 3 hours. Because, like, you know what? Because the whole city's come out. Because there are banners everywhere, and the programs and the catalogs everywhere. And, I mean, the attendance is amazing, man. I mean, like, the festivals just aren't like this. It's incredible.
It's not like in L.A. or something where there's
when
going
people
on
have
all
other
the time.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Because people are like, oh, I've got a basketball game to go to, or I've got something else happening here. It's like, this is what we're doing, man, and the whole city comes out. It's
Talk
incredible.
about how you felt when you got that call, because you worked for how long on this film?
Oh, man, it's been a long time. I mean, we shot for, 18 days, but everything else sort of leading up to and proceeding. Exactly. No, I got that call. Well, first it was an email. It's like, hey, we're going to program. I'm like, oh, that's great. And then Bill calls, and he's like, hey, John, how would you feel if we made you opening night movie? And I was like, once I picked up the phone from the ground, I was like, oh, hey, great, because it was really something else. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
So talk about this film, because it's about sort of 30-somethings feeling like, uh-oh, what's happening here? We're getting older. We're not as young as we used to be.
Well, you remember you remember Generation X? Sure. Because everybody was talking about them in the 90s, right? But what happened was you had this massive gravitational force of the baby boomers, and then this other massive gravitational force of the Millennials, right? So what happened with Generation X is they kind of got caught in the middle, and people sort of forgot about them. Well, what happened to them is they ended up at Pottery Barn, essentially. So that's sort of what's going on, and it's about
They're shopping right now.
Plateau in their relationship where you kind of like you sort of replace all the Nirvana bootlegs with decorative bookends, and exactly right. And it happens to a lot of people. So it's about this couple who try to recapture their 20s. Of course, you can't recapture your 20s.
You can't go back. You
of course
go back though sometimes, right? You can buy an old Volvo.
Do you really want to go back?
Do you want to go back? It's really.
Sometimes the cops show up. Yeah.
So would you call it a coming of age? That's a cliche, or is it a finally realizing who you are and what you are?
It's a story about maybe what's important, realizing what's important.
Right.
Yeah.
Where did you get the idea for this?
A little bit of personal experience and a little bit of just kind of imagination. When it's a movie, I wanted to make an independent film that doesn't know it's an independent film. I wanted to make a very high concept kind of thing.
It's a rom-com, right? I mean,
it really exactly is.
And this usually doesn't open film festivals either, by the way.
I know, right?
Isn't that
so
great?
it's really about it has like a high concept kind of value to it. This stuff really happens.
This is your life. I mean, there must be something about.
There may be a little bit of truth.
A little bit of truth.
Everybody goes through kind of like a playing house kind of phase, I think, in a relationship.
Sure.
So yeah.
Listen, thanks for taking time to talk. Good luck. Have fun while you're here.
Hey, thanks for joining the movie.
Congratulations.
All right.
Will do. Thank you.
Cool.
Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, live at the Cleveland International Film Festival.
Do it, man. Where's your son?